Hey friends and family, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com, and today's video is a little different. You're going to see a deck that I've never shown the likes of before. It was a gift given to me by my daughter-in-law, and they went someplace in Philadelphia, and she knows, of course, everybody knows I collect tarot, and of all my relatives, she's the only one who ever really buys me decks. Now, my daughter occasionally will. But I am increasingly difficult to buy decks for because, I tend to like the historic decks that you don't come across that often when you go out and you're perusing a store or something like that. But my daughter-in-law, my son and daughter-in-law went to some kind of an event, and they saw this artist, Stevie Laney Art LLC. And she's an illustrator, artist, and her website describes, I wrote it down exactly, her website describes her art as erotic, sex-positive, body-positive artist living in South Philadelphia. Now, the thing about this deck, and she bought it without really looking at it, and she just said, oh, you sell tarot? Okay, I'll buy one. And she bought it for me, and then she took it home, and she was looking at it with my son, and she's like, oh my God, I can't give this to your mother. I can't give this to your mother. It's like obscene. I can't, And so they were on the fence and they didn't know. And we were talking this morning because now the whole gang's here. Oh my gosh, what happened? So I had a full house. I had my sister here recovering from her traumatic brain injury. I had my other granddaughter here for 3 days. I watched my baby grandson 3 days a week. And then my son, who has the baby and one of the girls, calls us in a panic on Friday night. Oh my God, there's like 3 inches of water. The house is flooded. Things are floating around. So it was a nightmare. So now they've moved in temporarily until the insurance adjusters can come in and replace carpets and floors, and it's a mess. It's a real mess. So I have a full house again. But anyway, so that's why they're here today. So my daughter-in-law was telling me the story. She's like, Ma, I don't think I can give you this deck. I said, let me see it. So she's right. If I show these cards on YouTube on my channel, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't want to risk losing my channel or having my channel get shut down for like 9 cards. I'm not, so I'm not going to risk it, and I'm not going to show these 9 cards. However, I will describe that the 9 cards are all from the higher Triumph order, right? The higher order cards. And they're suggestive. They're highly suggestive. They're erotic. Some are into S&M. And if, maybe you would consider some of them vulgar. The poses are a little vulgar. So I'm not going to show those. But there are quite a few of the other cards that, although they might be provocative, there's nothing indecent about them. So I'm going to show those. And I thought it would be fun for those of you who just want to see, some people really do like a lot of erotic art in their tarot, and but the vast majority of cards are not. They might be provocative, they might be suggestive, borderline, but not indecent, so I can show them. Anyway, I thought I'd do it. I'd show them to you. I flipped the camera and show you the deck. Okay, so one thing to mention is, the artist, it was self-published, and it didn't come with a box. And I think all the decks come in a, black organza kind of bag. The backs of the cards are pretty, just a simple back with pretty colors, like fuchsia and teal. She stamps, every card back has her name on it, Stevie Laney Art. So it wouldn't be, you wouldn't be able, it's not, but even if the name wasn't there, you could probably tell if it was reversed or not. But I don't concern myself with reversals or anything, so just thought I'd mention it to you. Okay, the first card that we can show is the Emperor. The Chariot, the Strength card, the Hermit, Wheel, Fortune, Justice. So of course in this deck, because you know it's Rider-Waite-Smith based, Justice and Strength or Fortitude are switched. Look at this Death card. Isn't that something? Temperance. Look how striking that Tower is. I also like it because there are people of different races. So the Ace of Wands, look how beautiful, isn't that pretty? So we have the modern day imagery of what a Two of Wands would look like with a normal, you know, with a modern person, right? A very nice, I think, parallel depictions to the Rider-Waite-Smith. I mean, I think these cards communicate the message pretty well. The aces are lovely. So there's people of all different sorts. And you know how sometimes you get, you know, there's so many new tarot decks out, and you can tell that the person just was an artist and they did beautiful artwork, but they're like not really tarot readers, and they just put something out that, you know, you're thinking like, well, it's a nice deck, but I can't ever read with it because they don't seem to know tarot. It seems as though she seems to know tarot. Now this is interesting. This card is the only card that's black and white. Everything else is in color. Interesting that the body is, you know, contorted to look like a heart. But it's modern day imagery of, you know, these messages that were in the Rider-Waite-Smith. So there we have it. And the other cards, like I said, are too either vulgar, you know, for, no, just, you know, I don't mean vulgar in a terrible way, but just, you know, they're just not maybe appropriate for a general audience. And I don't ever want to risk losing my channel for posting something that might not comply with YouTube rules and stuff like that. But I thought that there were plenty of other cards that I could show. So go check out the website. It's Stevie, Stevie, Laney, Laney, art.com. I just thought I'd put it out there. And it's something new and different. Until next time, friends, peace and stay well.